Hello, welcome to Music and Stuff. I'm Rob Lewis, and I hope you had a really great Christmas. Kind of getting back to normal now. It's that kind of week where you don't quite know what day it is and all the rest of it. But I'm certainly enjoying having a couple of weeks off. Work. My teaching work, basically. Got a couple of weeks off. But today, I'm looking at issue number 10 of the Red Dwarf Smegazine. Let's get a thumbnail picture there. From November 1992. 20 Red Dwarf books to be won inside. I mean, it says November, but they're usually out like, it comes out in like October. I never understood that. It doesn't say Smegazine there though. Oh, Smegazine production. Jake Bullet in the case of the cashed-in contestant. Now, I couldn't remember much about this. I lost this copy. I lost my copy of issue number 10. I don't know what happened to that, so I had to eBay it. So it just arrived in time. But here we go, a little contents page. So Jake Bullet in the case of the cashed-in contestant, part 1, Wired. Now, I read this a little while ago. It's very odd. It's a very odd story. I can't remember it from first time round. Interesting artwork. So it's, who did it? Where are the credits? I can't see it on there. Must be on the next page. No. Am I just missing something here? Am I just being a bit of a knob? Where is it? There are no writing credits. Must be somewhere here. Jake Bullet. No? I don't know. Do you know? Hello, Holiday Rob here from Croatia. Just want to let you know, if you're enjoying this video, thanks very much for watching, but don't forget to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and of course the alarm notification bell so you know when my videos are coming out. And yeah, if you're interested, I've got social network stuff, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, not Twitter though. And I've also got a Patreon, so you can find me there. It's in the description. Links for everything's in the description. And yeah, I'm going to hand you back again, because otherwise Studio Rob gets frustrated. No, I didn't think you'd know. Just ignored the question. Is this a game show? Is it just me, or is that Bob Monkhouse? It looks so much like Bob Monkhouse. It's a very weird story so far. And it's only 2 pages of it as well, so you don't really get a chance to get into it. But it's based on the Jake Bullet character from the episode Back to Reality, Crichton's Alter Ego. So it's obviously just set in an alternative universe. Next issue, Nerds on Drugs. Oh, there is something there. What does that say? I can't read that. It's way too small. Red Dwarf USA, an interview with producer Linwood Boomer. I don't think I ever read that. I've got very little interest in that. Jane Leaves, who was in Frasier. Terry Farrell, who I may have mentioned, used to have a serious crush on in the 90s. My only interest in watching Red Dwarf USA. Everybody Needs Good Androids, a robotic review by Steve 2x4b Lyons. I don't know what this is. I haven't read this one very thoroughly. Maybe that's why I lost it. I didn't treasure it, maybe. I don't know. It's obviously something to do with droids and simulants and stuff. I don't even know if it's an in-universe thing. I don't care. Androids. This is pretty good though. This is the ongoing. I mean, it skips. It's not concurrent, but it's the adaptation of the soap opera Androids, as seen in the Series 2 episode Crichton, with sort of Australian soap opera storylines, but in space with robots. The making of the Red Dwarf talking book. I mean, it says the making of. The pictures are all of Chris Barry narrating. I'm guessing that's kind of what it is. I read it back in '92. I haven't read it since. I'm guessing that's kind of all it is. It's Chris Barry sat at a table with a microphone reading the book. I don't know what else the making of would consist of particularly. Then editing it and stuff maybe. Holograms. Oh, the letters. I didn't read any of these. I have a query. Where did the results from the video competition in issue 2 go? I don't know. After buying the August edition of your Smegtastic Smegazine, I found an article on the art of lying. That's going to be someone's attempt at joking there, probably. Dear Gimboids, no, I'm not going to make sure that this letter gets published by creeping around you by saying how brilliant the magazine is. In fact, some of it is rubbish. Especially that full stop on page 9 of issue 3, awful. Oh, Noel Harris in issue 5 knows what he's talking about. If you don't print technical details of Red Dwarf or Starbug, I'll boil you in a vat of piping hot gazpacho soup. George Wilkins of Markfield. Oh, did you hear that? Some motorcyclist very angry. News from the Dwarf. Red Dwarf 6. By the time you read this, Rob Grant and Doug Naylor will have begun writing in earnest for the next series of Red Dwarf. That's how old this is. They hadn't even started writing Red Dwarf 6. That's mental. Videos. The first of a series of Red Dwarf is due to be released on video on VHS, but not until spring '93. Talking book. Yes, obviously we just talked about that. Chris Barry reading the novels. I love it. The sitcom written by and starring Norman Lovett. I watched it. It was kind of good. It wasn't great, but I did enjoy it, and the dog and the spider and stuff. It was all right, but it was a bit strange. It's not everybody's cup of tea. Kissing Craig. Craig Charles will be continuing to co-present the breakfast show on Kiss FM. Is that where it started? Because he's now a successful radio DJ. There's a show on 6 Music, or did have. Let's convene again like we did last summer. Yeah, another Red Dwarf convention. Whatever happened to Paul Jackson? He's now director of programming at Carlton Television. Santa Claus, what a bastard. Father Christmas will be stealing books. Red Dwarf merch. Advert. An advert for the next issue of the Red Dwarf Smegazine. Yep. The second part of In Living Memory. Now, the first part of this was in the last issue with the memory machine, and Lister thought of this thing and it became real, this big monster. Basically what you think of is brought to life. Written by Steve Lyons, art Ron Smith, colours and letters Aletta Fell. Decent enough story. So the cat did it, and he's got this mirror that I can't remember the things, but he talks to his reflection. Rimmer steals Starbug with the Scutters to make himself real and make himself alive again, which he does, but it's how he remembers himself being alive. So he's taller, more handsome, he's got a bigger dick than before, but he also remembers himself as being a hero and actually sacrifices himself for the crew, which obviously Rimmer wouldn't do. Survey results part 2. So this is the people voting for their favourite episodes. Now, I've done a video on here ranking my favourite 10 episodes, which you can watch. I'll put it up there. I'll put a link in the description. But this is what people in 1992 voted. Remember, there's only 5 series to choose from. So that awful episode from series 11 or 12. What was it? Time Slip or something. It's that bad I can't remember it. It's like the only episode of Red Dwarf that I didn't really like. It's the one with Johnny Vegas. Such a waste. I mean, there's a couple of odd jokes in it that are funny, but the execution was poorly done. So balance of power, the lowest, and of course back to reality, highest. Because of course Gunman of the Apocalypse hadn't been out yet. It wasn't released by that point. 2-page advert for Amigas. Interview with Howard Goodall. Now, I like the work of Howard Goodall. He's a musician. I'm a musician too. So I haven't read this since then, but I probably will give it a look again. There's a good video on YouTube, nothing to do with me, and it's him. I think it's on one of the DVD extras of one of the series of Red Dwarf. It's him. Excuse me. It's him, and he's at the piano, and it's how he came up with the theme tune, the chord progression, everything. And I keep forgetting. I learned this a while ago, but I keep forgetting, and then I have to and I embrace it again when I relearn it because I've sort of forgotten. But there are lyrics in the opening credits of Red Dwarf. From series 3 onwards. Oh yes, there are. The Red Dwarf, the Red Dwarf. Done on a vocoder. Actual fact, give it a listen if you don't believe me. Continuing on. I think he also wrote Tongue Tied. I will give this a read. But not now, I'm not going to read it while I'm filming this. Red Dwarf USA. Now this isn't actually a comic strip of Red Dwarf USA, but it's what Steve Noble and Nice Kitching and John Erasmus imagined it as being, like typical American sitcom version of Red Dwarf. It's quite funny actually, it's pretty good. But the show in story is obviously completely awful. and has lost all of the personality and everything and respectability of the original show. So I think this is the highlight of this issue, this little comic strip here. Under the Hammer. Now this is talking about when they auctioned off a load of props and costumes. Doctor Who and Blake 7 also auctioned a load at the same time and raised £4,550 for a charity. But I can't find what the charity is. I can't see anything in there, and I'm sure, I think I might have mentioned it in the last issue, what they were hoping to raise or where the money went, but it's not mentioned here, which is a shame, but they raised that anyway. And Ref Dwarf Crichton. Yeah. So that's issue 10 of the Red Dwarf Smegazine. Hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to give it a like and a subscribe if you haven't already. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers for my birthday in February. Could you be the one that tips it over that number? Who knows? But thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later, Bill and Ted.
Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.